Have you ever wondered why some people always seem to stay calm, composed, and ahead of the game while others struggle with stress, frustration, and uncertainty? What makes them different? What gives them that quiet, unshakable confidence that makes them stand out in any situation? The answer lies in an ancient philosophy that has withstood the test of time, Stoicism. In a world full of distractions, opinions, and constant challenges, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. Social media, work pressures, personal struggles, all of these pull us in different directions, making it hard to stay focused and in control. But what if I told you that there's a way to navigate through life's chaos with absolute clarity? A mindset that allows you to outsmart everyone else, not by being louder, but by being wiser. That's exactly what we're going to explore today. Welcome to this video, where we dive deep into 9 Stoic keys that will help you outthink, outmaneuver, and outperform everyone around you. These principles are not just philosophical ideas, they are practical tools that can change the way you approach life. Why should you care? Because once you master these Stoic lessons, you'll. This is not about manipulation or being cunning. It's about developing a powerful mindset, one that keeps you focused, resilient, and mentally sharp when others lose control. The great Stoic Emperor Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This is the core of Stoic wisdom: control what you can, let go of what you can't. The difference between those who struggle and those who thrive is not intelligence, luck, or talent, it's mental discipline. And today, you're going to learn exactly how to build that. We will break down 9 key Stoic lessons that will make you mentally tougher, emotionally stronger, and intellectually sharper than those around you. Each lesson is backed by real-life applications, ancient wisdom, and simple but powerful mindset shifts. So, stick around. By the end of this video, you'll have the tools to navigate life's biggest challenges like a true Stoic. Let's get started. 1. Don't talk about your problems. Have you ever noticed that the strongest, most respected people rarely complain? They don't waste time talking about their problems because they understand one fundamental truth: complaining changes nothing. In Stoic philosophy, talking about your struggles is seen as a distraction from actually overcoming them. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, once wrote, "Do not be overheard complaining, not even to yourself." The reason? Because dwelling on problems only gives them more power over you. Instead of talking about your challenges, the Stoics believed in taking quiet, decisive action. Life is full of obstacles. This is something you cannot change. But what you can control is your reaction. The Stoics saw every difficulty not as a setback, but as an opportunity for growth. Epictetus taught that when hardships come, we should not complain but instead ask ourselves, "How can this make me stronger?" This shift in mindset is powerful. When you complain, you reinforce a sense of helplessness. But when you take action, you build confidence and resilience. Resist the urge to vent. The next time you face a challenge, don't immediately run to someone to complain. Instead, pause and think, what can I do about this? Turn complaints into solutions. If something is bothering you, focus on fixing it rather than talking about it. Embrace quiet strength. True power comes from handling difficulties with grace and discipline. Imagine this: 2 people face the same setback. One complains endlessly, blaming circumstances. The other quietly works through it, finding a way forward. Which one gains respect? The choice is yours. 2. Accept uncertainty. Have you ever felt anxious about the future? Worried about things you can't predict or control? You're not alone. Most people struggle with uncertainty, constantly trying to secure every aspect of their lives. But the truth is, certainty is an illusion. Stoicism teaches that life is inherently unpredictable. Marcus Aurelius put it simply: you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. When you resist uncertainty, you create unnecessary suffering. But when you accept it, you gain peace and mental clarity. The Stoics embraced a mindset called amor fati, which means love your fate. Instead of fearing the unknown, they welcomed it as part of life's natural flow. You waste energy worrying about things you can't control. You fear change instead of adapting to it. You become reactive instead of proactive. Instead of resisting the unknown, focus on what you can control, your actions and your mindset. This is the key to remaining calm and confident in any situation. Detach from outcomes. Do your best, but don't obsess over results. Embrace change. View challenges as opportunities for growth, not threats. Practice mindfulness. Stay present instead of worrying about the future. Imagine two people facing an uncertain future. One is terrified, constantly stressed about what might happen. The other accepts uncertainty, focusing only on what they can control. Who do you think will thrive? The future is always unknown. The strongest people don't fight it, they embrace it. 3. Control your emotions. Have you ever reacted impulsively in anger, only to regret it later? Maybe you said something harsh in a heated moment, or made a bad decision because emotions clouded your judgment. This happens to everyone, but true strength lies in mastering your emotions, not being controlled by them. Stoicism teaches that emotions are temporary and unreliable. If you let them dictate your actions, you become weak, easily manipulated, and reactive. The great Stoic philosopher Seneca warned about this. Anger is like a fire. Once it starts, it is difficult to control and often destroys everything in its path. This applies to not just anger, but fear, anxiety, jealousy, and frustration. These emotions cloud your thinking and push you into decisions that do more harm than good. You make smarter decisions because you're guided by logic, not impulse. You gain respect because people trust those who stay calm under pressure. You become unshakable because no one can control you through your emotions. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic emperor who led Rome through wars and plagues, practiced this daily. He reminded himself, if someone does wrong to you, it is their problem. Your power lies in how you respond. Pause before reacting. When an emotion rises, don't act immediately. Take a deep breath and ask, is this reaction useful? Reframe the situation. Instead of seeing challenges as attacks, view them as tests of your resilience. Detach from your emotions. Recognize that emotions are just passing states of mind, not reality. Imagine someone insults you. A reactive person lashes out, worsening the situation. A Stoic, however, remains calm, realizing that an insult only has power if you give it power. Master your emotions, and you master your life. 4. Focus on what you can control. Have you ever felt frustrated because things didn't go as planned? Maybe someone treated you unfairly, the economy crashed, or the weather ruined your day. In moments like these, most people complain, feel helpless, or blame others. But the Stoics knew that true power comes from focusing only on what is within your control. One of the core teachings of Stoicism is the dichotomy of control, introduced by Epictetus. Some things are up to us, and some things are not. Our task is to focus only on what we can influence and let go of everything else. You waste energy. Obsessing over things beyond your power drains your mental strength. You experience unnecessary stress. Trying to control external factors leads to frustration. You become reactive. Instead of taking charge of your life, you become a victim of circumstances. The Stoics believe that the only things you truly control are your thoughts, actions, and responses. Everything else, what people think of you, the economy, world events, is beyond your reach. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, constantly reminded himself, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Identify what you control. Ask yourself, is this within my power? If yes, take action. If no, let it go. Stop complaining. Complaints change nothing. Instead, focus on solutions. Master your response. You can't control what happens, but you can control how you react. Imagine two people stuck in traffic. One gets angry, honks, and complains. The other stays calm, listens to music, and accepts the situation. Who is in control? The key to freedom is shifting your energy from what you can't control to what you can. That is where real power lies. 5. Don't be affected by other people's opinions. How often do you worry about what others think of you? Do you hold back your opinions, change your decisions, or even act differently just to avoid judgment? Most people live their lives trapped by the fear of others' opinions. But the Stoics knew that true freedom comes from within, not from external validation. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic thinkers, once wrote, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own." This is a paradox. We value ourselves the most, yet we give away our peace of mind by worrying about what others think. The truth is, other people's opinions are beyond your control, so why let them control you? You can never please everyone. No matter what you do, some people will criticize you. Most opinions are irrelevant. People judge based on their own biases, not reality. Seeking approval makes you weak. It forces you to act in ways that are not true to yourself. A person who constantly seeks validation is at the mercy of the crowd. But a Stoic stands firm, acting according to reason, values, and personal principles, not fleeting opinions. Detach from praise and criticism. Treat both as noise, not as truth. Ask yourself, will this matter in a year? Most opinions are temporary and meaningless. Live by your own values. Define success on your own terms, not by what others expect. Imagine two people, one who constantly worries about being judged, and one who follows their own path with confidence. Who do you think lives a happier, stronger life? Remember, the only opinion that truly matters is your own. The moment you stop seeking approval, you gain real freedom. 6. Practice personal discipline. What separates those who achieve their goals from those who don't? Discipline. It's not talent, intelligence, or luck, it's the ability to control yourself, stick to your principles, and take consistent action even when you don't feel like it. The Stoics understood that discipline is the foundation of a successful and fulfilling life. Seneca once said, "Most powerful is he who has himself in his own power." Without discipline, you become a slave to distractions, temptations, and emotions. But when you cultivate self-discipline, you take control of your life instead of letting life control you. Motivation is temporary, but discipline is permanent. You won't always feel motivated, but if you build habits of discipline, you will act regardless of how you feel. Discipline creates freedom. The more disciplined you are with your time, habits, and goals, the more freedom you gain in life. A lack of discipline leads to regret. Every time you procrastinate or choose comfort over growth, you pay the price in missed opportunities. Marcus Aurelius, as a Roman emperor, had every reason to live in luxury and avoid responsibility. Yet, he trained himself to wake up early, work hard, and maintain a strong character. He reminded himself, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I am rising to do the work of a human being." Start small. Discipline is like a muscle, it grows with use. Begin with small daily habits like waking up on time, reading, or exercising. Eliminate distractions. The fewer temptations around you, the easier it is to stay disciplined. Hold yourself accountable. Track your progress and remind yourself of the consequences of inconsistency. Imagine two people, one who wakes up early, plans their day, and follows through on their commitments, and another who sleeps in, procrastinates, and makes excuses. Who will achieve more in life? Success is not about luck, it's about discipline. Build it, and you build your future. 7. Stay silent and observe. Most people talk too much. They feel the need to fill every silence, voice every opinion, and react to every situation. But the Stoics knew that true wisdom comes from silence and observation, not from constant talking. Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we should listen twice as much as we speak." Silence is a form of power. Those who speak less and observe more make better decisions, avoid unnecessary conflicts, and command greater respect. You avoid saying things you regret. Many problems come from speaking without thinking. You gain knowledge. By listening, you learn more about people and situations. You appear more confident. People who talk too much often seem insecure. When you stay silent, you force others to reveal their thoughts. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, "Never speak unless it improves upon the silence." Silence alone is not enough, you must actively observe. Pay attention to how people behave, their body language, and what is left unsaid. A Stoic watches carefully before making a move. They don't react emotionally but respond with clarity and precision. Pause before speaking. Ask yourself, is this necessary? Will it add value? Let others talk first. The more they speak, the more you learn. Read between the lines. Observe emotions, intentions, and subtle cues. Imagine 2 leaders in a meeting. One constantly interrupts, eager to prove their intelligence. The other listens, observes, and speaks only when necessary. Who do you think gains more respect? Silence is not weakness, it is a tool for strength. The less you speak, the more power your words will have. 8. Live simply and don't be controlled by material possessions. In a world obsessed with wealth, luxury, and status, many people believe that happiness comes from having more money, more possessions, more recognition. But the Stoics taught that true happiness comes from needing less, not having more. Seneca, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, once said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, who is poor." The pursuit of material things creates endless dissatisfaction. The more you acquire, the more you want. This cycle never ends, and instead of owning possessions, your possessions end up owning you. Less stress. The fewer things you need, the less you have to worry about. More freedom. If your happiness doesn't depend on material things, you are truly free. Greater focus. A simple life allows you to concentrate on what really matters: growth, relationships, and purpose. The Stoic Emperor Marcus Aurelius lived in extreme simplicity, despite ruling the vast Roman Empire. He reminded himself, "Very little is needed to live a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." Differentiate between wants and needs. Ask yourself, do I really need this, or am I just seeking temporary pleasure? Detach from possessions. Appreciate what you have, but don't let it define you. Seek fulfillment in experiences, not things. Invest in knowledge, relationships, and personal growth rather than chasing luxury. Imagine two people, one constantly upgrading their lifestyle, feeling restless, always needing more. The other is content with what they have, living simply, free from material attachment. Who do you think is happier? True wealth isn't measured by how much you own, but by how little you need. When you free yourself from material desires, you gain something far more valuable: peace of mind. 9. Learn to accept things as they are. Most people resist reality. They wish things were different, get frustrated when life doesn't go their way, and waste energy fighting circumstances beyond their control. But the Stoics believe that peace comes from accepting life as it is, not as you wish it to be. This principle is known as amor fati, or love of fate. Instead of complaining about hardships, the Stoics embraced everything that happened, good or bad, as necessary and valuable. Marcus Aurelius put it best: "Do not waste time arguing about what a good man should be." B1. Wishing reality was different does nothing. Acceptance, however, gives you the power to adapt, to endure, and to thrive. You stop suffering over things you can't change. Fighting reality only causes frustration. You become mentally resilient. When you embrace challenges, they lose their power over you. You focus on action instead of regret. Acceptance helps you move forward instead of being stuck in what-ifs. Think of a storm. You can stand in the rain, curse the weather, and wish for sunshine, or you can accept the storm, find shelter, and wait it out. Which response is wiser? Ask yourself, can I change this? If not, let it go. Reframe challenges as opportunities. Instead of saying, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What can I learn from this?" Practice amor fati. Welcome every experience, good or bad, as part of your path. Imagine someone who loses their job. One person panics, complains, and blames others. Another accepts it as a chance to grow, learns new skills, and finds a better opportunity. Who will come out stronger? Acceptance isn't weakness, it's wisdom. When you stop resisting life, you gain the power to shape your future. Conclusion. You have now learned 9 powerful Stoic principles that can help you outsmart, outmaneuver, and outperform everyone around you. These lessons are not just abstract philosophies but practical tools that, when applied, can completely transform your life. The key to mastering these Stoic principles is practice. Reading about them isn't enough. You have to live them every day, in every situation. The next time someone insults you, stay calm instead of reacting. The next time you feel stressed about the future, remind yourself that worrying won't change anything. The next time you feel the urge to complain, take action instead. With each small step, you will become mentally stronger, emotionally tougher, and unshakably confident. Most people are controlled by their emotions, fears, and external circumstances. But when you apply Stoic principles, you don't react impulsively, you respond with wisdom. You don't get distracted, you stay focused on what truly matters. You don't chase external validation, you find fulfillment from within. This makes you different from the majority of people, and that difference is what will make you outsmart everyone else. Starting today, choose one of these principles and fully commit to it. Write it down, remind yourself daily, and consciously apply it in every situation. And remember, the Stoics didn't just read philosophy, they lived it. Now, it's your turn. Which of these lessons will you apply first? Let me know in the comments below.